Slipknot fans are still wondering who that new member is seen in the band's music video for Unsainted, taken from their new album We Are Not Your Kind, which is due out in August, but there is still an ongoing legal dispute from recently departed member Chris Fehn and Corey and Clown and the various other Slipknot businesses that are set up throughout the United States to run their understandably complicated business situation. Now I've got some new details on the case for you. We've been following this very close here at Rockfeed, and Slipknot is enlisting a very, very big law firm that is familiar in the metal world, as they've taken on a landmark case in the early 2000s that made headlines around the globe. Longtime Slipknot percussionist Chris Fehn is currently embroiled in a legal dispute with two of his former bandmates, Corey Taylor and Sean Clown Crayon. The suit, which was filed in the Supreme Court of the state of New York, eventually led to a statement from Slipknot earlier this year which read, "Slipknot's focus is on making album number 6 and our upcoming shows around the world, our best ever. Chris knows why he is no longer a part of Slipknot. We are disappointed that he chose to point fingers and manufacture claims, rather than doing what was necessary to continue to be a part of Slipknot. We would have preferred to have not taken the path that he has, but evolution in all things is a necessary part of this life. Long live the knot." While Chris Fehn has not made any statements himself about the Slipknot ordeal, in an exclusive interview with Rockfeed, his attorney says that Chris is thankful for the support he's received from fans, and contends that he has attempted to gain access to legal records from Slipknot, but has been unable thus far to see those records. Other than the statement that we just read, Slipknot has also been quiet on the matter for the most part, despite unveiling a secretive new member to the band in their new music video for their upcoming album We Are Not Your Kind, the single being titled Unsainted. Now in a new legal document filed in the Supreme Court of the state of New York and obtained by Rockfeed, we're learning that Slipknot has hired a high-powered law firm to represent them in this case. King, Holmes, Paterno, and Soriano LLP have been involved in major legal cases in the entertainment industry, including representing Metallica in the infamous Metallica vs. Napster case, as well as cases that involved Axl Rose, Michael Jackson, the band The Killers, and much more. The document filed yesterday lists the firm as counsel for defendants Slipknot Incorporated in New York, Slipknot Incorporated in California, Not Merch LLC, SK Productions LLC, SK Touring Inc., Not Touring LLC, Michael Sean Crayon, aka Clown, and Corey Taylor. The document otherwise says that the Slipknot defendants accept service of the complaint upon their counsel in California on the terms and conditions stated herein, effective as of the date of the signature of said counsel for the Slipknot defendants below. It's also worth noted that these are merely allegations, and this case has yet to be officially heard in any court of law or be ruled upon in the state of New York or any other jurisdiction. That Napster case was a huge deal in the early 2000s, and Napster eventually settled with Metallica. They were forced to file for bankruptcy later on after some failed acquisition attempts. But now, living on, there are various other streaming services that are operating legally as a result of somewhat, you could argue, the precedent set by that case with Metallica essentially standing up for artists, maybe not so much themselves, they are filthy rich, but younger artists do get some money from Spotify, although it's probably nowhere close to what they honestly deserve. But this law firm is obviously a very, very powerful law firm, and they are very well versed. They're very professional. And you know what? As are Chris Fehn's attorneys, they are also very capable, very professional attorneys, and we've had one of them on our show. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Civil cases can go to trial, but they rarely ever do, and almost always end up in some sort of a settlement or arbitration. So we're just going to have to wait and see how this thing turns out. There are people out there that think that Chris Fehn is still the new guy, or in the new mask, I should say. That is highly unlikely. There are people who also say that this is a complete scam and that Slipknot is doing this for promotional purposes. I can assure you, Slipknot does not need to do this for promotional purposes. They don't want to be involved in the situation. These are serious professional people. These are good people who do not want to be involved in a situation like this. We will probably never know why this happened. We'll probably never know why these two sides soured on each other. Slipknot's statement kind of alluded to there being more to the story, but, you know, Slipknot is, the members of Slipknot, even if there was some sort of a dispute between them, look at what happened with Joey. They've always been really careful not to bash Joey. They really have. So, they deserve a lot of credit for that. This is not an easy situation for anybody. And, wouldn't it be great if maybe they could work things out with Chris? Probably wishful thinking there. You can't really get involved in a dispute with someone and of this sort of legal ramifications and expect things to just be well and good. But, hey, we can all hope for that sort of a resolution. But anyways, that's all for now. Thanks so much for joining us here at Rockfeed. We'll keep a close eye on the situation. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking hard rock and heavy metal news. Thanks so much for joining us here today, and we'll see you all very soon.